Hello, coaches, and welcome to this edition of Give and Go. My name is David Newberry, and I'm joined by my colleague Ian Barker. Hello, Ian.
Hello, David.
Ian, this is an activity in a series from the 2013 convention featuring Romeo, Jozak, and it's looking at dynamic techniques for individual tactics in maintaining possession. And we've looked so far at 4 different activities. Now we're getting a little bit more into functional training and also into small-sided games. We're going to look at some illustrations, look at the video itself, and then a global coach animation. In the first sequence, very simple setup. We have 2 target players in blue at either end, approximately 20 yards apart. And then in the middle, we have a yellow player and a red player. In this diagram, we see the red player is standing and starts in behind the yellow player, and the red player is the attacking player. And the concept is that we want to get our attacking players high up the field, in between the lines of defenders, and hopefully in a position where the defender can't see the ball and the man at the same time. Hence the reason why Romeo gets the attacker to play higher than the defender. And in the first sequence, the defender becomes passive. The striker initiates the movement by moving to one side or the other. Ball comes in. The attacker receives it in 2-touch rhythm, which is typical of the sessions we've seen with Romeo before. So in this situation, the player would open their body, receive with their right foot, and then play the next pass with their left foot. Once that sequence is over, the red player will jog back into a position where now they become the defender, and then the yellow player will repeat from the other end going in this direction. Ian.
Thank you, David. So one of the things, when we're looking at this player as the player to receive it, too often in our youth soccer, I think most coaches will appreciate that player will just stand here and allow him or herself to be marked and maybe connect and engage with the defender. And what we're saying is get in positions behind the defender or your opponent to make them less comfortable, because now the defender has to be looking at the ball but has to be trying to scan to find their mark. And this is when we start talking about getting in between the lines. The challenge now becomes, as the striker or the receiver gets him or herself open, can we get the timing of the pass for that moment when the red player has got their degree of separation? So there now needs to be verbal and non-verbal communication by the server and the receiver to really maximize the effort to disrupt this defender. We might be looking for 2-touch passing. We certainly want to emphasize the accuracy and weight of the pass, and of course the timing. But again, this is all about disrupting and hurting opponents far more intentionally than we probably do in the average youth soccer game.
Ian, in sequence 2, similar setup, but now we've added 2 pairs performing a combination before going to the target player. So in this example, the red attacking player has popped out from behind the defender to one side, received the pass. That's triggered a complementary movement of the red player slightly higher up to move out the other side, and they have now split the defenders and made a pass to the target. Over to you, Ian.
Yeah, so what I particularly like here is now that we have the 2 attackers against the 2 defenders, we've really increased the opportunity for meaningful combination. Previously, with only 1 player in the middle, they could conceivably combine with the server, and they're trying to get to the target, but it's pretty limited. So now we really start to see notions of coming from behind to check for the ball. That would be an indication for this player that something good is happening over on the other flank. So maybe now I can move away to get open. So now we're starting to think ahead of the pass. We're starting to think ahead of the movement, and we're reacting to not only our teammate, but of course what the defender does. Because my suggestion would be, as that ball comes in, the attention of the defenders goes to where the ball is. And so what a great idea for this player to move away. So you can now start to see some really intelligent complementary movement. And as the coach, if you don't really know those ideas yet, or you're still looking for them, sometimes your players will demonstrate them for you, and then you can highlight them to show the other players.
And as we go to sequence 3 in, I think one of the things that we see definitely emphasized in this activity is the timing of the movement and the timing of the pass, which is so important in the game, but we spend so little time working on those elements of the game.
Absolutely. And one of the things we talk about in the United Soccer Coaches Academy is visual cues. What is the cue for the player to move? What is the cue for the passer to deliver? And so if you work these patterns and these activities in, and your players are consistent at coming to training and they start to know each other, you can now start talking about, remember, every time, David drops his right shoulder, the pass is coming probably within 2 touches. Or every time Ian moves to the left, he almost always comes back to the right. So you can actually start to establish your own team identity with these technical practices.
Absolutely. And so here we have, again, this very similar setup, but this time the difference being that we have now 2 target players, and we are allowing 2 things to happen that we didn't allow in the first activity. One is that we're allowing the defenders, once the ball is played by or the movement is initiated by the attacker, now to defend. So this defender can feasibly get in a goal side position now. And then secondly, that we're allowing the player to receive the ball and play to a target if available without having to combine. So this player could receive it and pass to either one of the targets without having to combine. So now the defenders are really having to work to get into a goal side position.
Yeah, so we've just increased the complexity all around. The 4 corner players represent the types of potential angles we should have as the receiving team in red. The ability for these defenders to defend as naturally as they would like creates an additional challenge on the strikers to work really hard to get free. What happens very often with an activity like this is the red players will check to the player about to serve. And when they do that, they bring the defenders with them and they get in very, very difficult spaces. So what we'd actually be talking to the red players about is, remember, get deep, get maybe wide, get into passing channels, and then you can check back to the ball and find it. But if you check to the ball right away, all you do is make it very easy for the 2 defenders to crush space. So I like the idea here of complementary combination movement, again, with the idea of hurting the opponents by confusing the opponents and making them have to pay attention to the ball and then try to find you as you move off the ball. So a lot of good stuff going on.
Well, now let's have a look at the video and see how Romeo tackles this particular topic.
You got the ball? You have the ball? He's a defense player, not looking anything, just standing still as he is. You're an offense player behind him. You got to get out of shadow, right? Open up, pass the ball. You got to turn with the ball and switch the side. You become a defense player standing still. Do the same thing over there. Let me see that. And we're going to build the stuff on 2 players and more and more and more on. Tip, nice, switch, come in the middle, open up, nice, tip, get out of the shadow, nice, harder, turn. Everything we know so far, turning with your chest forwards, everything turning with your back forwards, nice. Okay, now the defense player is becoming a little more active now, okay? Just stay, hold on, stay right there where you are. You look where it is. Don't be fully active, but don't make it happen that easy, okay? Let me see that. Nice, turn, beautiful. Come in the middle, defend, nice. Tip, switch, go, tip, nice, beautiful. If you do your job properly, they can't do much because you're behind them. You see them, they can't see you, right? Now, come on. Oh, sorry, the other side. The ball's over there. Let's go. Not you. The player behind you. They do the job, right? Spread out a little. Come on. Nice. 1, tip, go. No. You do the same thing. You gotta do the same thing. Open up. Twice. 2 players opening up. Okay? 1. Don't be active. Just stand still. Just stand still. First of all, right? Nice. Tip. Nice. 1. Let's make diagonal opening. So if one of you is coming to one side, you open up the other side. Nice. On you go. Faster. Boom. Control. Better control. Left, right. No. Right, left, right. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. tip. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Okay, you guys be a little more active now. Defense players, don't go fully after them. First of all, spread out a little. Come to this area a little closer to him. So you have like 5 meters at least in between yourselves, okay? Let me see it. Nice. 1, 2, nice. Take the ball. Get the ball, get the ball. Nice. Tip. Nice, nice. On you go, on you go. Tip, tip, tip. It doesn't have to be diagonally. It could be, it's up to you to do whatever you want. Just turn it with the ball. He sees you, okay? Go behind his back. Get out of the shadow. Get out of the shadow. Go, go. Clear one. Tip, switch. Listen, you're standing behind him, okay? It's not a fight. He's over there. He sees you. Go turn over there. He can't catch you because you can catch him out of balance, okay? Just make sure you catch him off his feet. Okay, don't fight him. Just dance around him. You'll catch him. If you're good at that, you'll catch him. And spread out a little. Spread out a little. Like that. There you go. Let me see that. Nice. Uh-huh. You see how important everybody's role is. He's going to make an accurate pass. So when we see those guys from Spain controlling and turning, it looks easy. This is it. This is that. There's nothing else but this. Nice. 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 There you go. Another one. Catch him. Off. Not bad. Not bad. Look for your player. So what do you have? You have one touch to control, the other one to be, and he's got to be ready for that already. Okay? Let me see that. Let me see that. Tip, tip, tip. Not bad. Another one. Another one. Fully active. Fully active. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. See? He can't do much if you're on spot. Go, go, go. Tip. One more time. One more time. Go, 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 go. There you go. There you go. You guys can adjust yourselves to each other, right? Let me see that. On you go. On you go. If we take care of those problems here, we don't have any more problems in a real game. This is a tough situation here. Let's go. Let me go 2 more times. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We got to move on to more complex stuff. Go, go. Tip. Hard switch. Nice. Move on, move on. Tip. Switch it. Not bad. Okay, now shirts, you're going to be defending one next to each other, and you guys are going to be reds behind them. So you're going to go in front here, right here, turn next to each other, like that. You defense in this situation, then you become offense later on. And so you're offense now. So the same thing, just spread out a little, spread out a little. Spread out a little. You have these cones, this is the area where you got to pass the ball. So you got to block, you're going to defense, and you guys got to control the ball by passing the penetration pass to you. You control the turn, and you switch side. Okay? Let me see that. Yes, yes. Nice. Tip. Come on. Defense. Now you guys are defense. Block it, block it. No, 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 ho, ho. Don't go in front of them. We do the same thing. You don't have to go in front of them. Just stay in the shadow and open up. They're the ones having defense. In the middle, in many situations, this is what you're looking at. You're not looking at for this because he sees you and he holds you. No, this is what you're looking at. Okay? Because he can't see you. And then you just look for the space in between the lines. Okay? Go, go. Tip. And switch aside. Switch aside. You guys are becoming defense. Come on. Come on, shirts. Defend, defend. Nice. Switch. Harder. This is easy. This one should be easy now. Go. Come on, come on, come on. It's getting better now. We can't move on without this one. Nice. Tip, open, control, switch. There you go. Listen, you got like 20 yards of the space to get the ball to, right? So just catch him off the balance, right? I haven't seen a single pass in a channel here, in the middle here. There you go. That's the one. Come on, shirts. Come on, reds. Go, go, go. Not bad. Doesn't matter. It was a good try. Go. Move on. Move it on. Move it on. On you go. 2 goalies. Slowly get ready for the goal. Go, go, go. On you go. On you go. Tip, 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 tip. Nice. Not bad. Ivane.
Well, Ian, it's amazing how easy it is to watch an activity when you watching the video. It's so much easier than trying to explain it. But that was great stuff from Romeo. Let's now go on to Global Coach Animation, and we'll look at the same activity using Global Coach and the movement patterns in particular. So Ian, let's now go back to the final slide and any concluding comments.
Yeah, so for those people that follow the game, Romeo, at the time of this, was the director of coaching for, I think, Dinamo Zagreb, and then later for the Croatian FA. And if you've been aware of Real Madrid winning a lot of Champions Leagues, of Croatia making the World Cup final, people like Luka Modric, Romeo has a lot to do with that. And this is the type of training I believe that young players in Croatia are getting for their technical training. What I like about it now is it has real direction. So we're trying to go from our entry pass at the bottom of the screen to a target. That could be a goal, and we'll subsequently see it with goals and goalkeepers, but it could be a moving target player. It could be a couple of flank players. But I really like this notion of direction. And then, again, the key to me is if you've watched the other Romeo sessions that we've presented in Give and Go, technical clarity, two-touch movement, two-touch rhythm, but now we've incorporated movement to and away, and we've incorporated real live defenders. So we've really brought this session to a full game-like activity, waiting now just to be inserted into a game-like situation.
Well, I think that's a really good point, Ian. For those of you just joining on this fifth activity, it's really important to go back to activity 1 through 4 to really understand how we got to this point and how Romeo in the session at the convention really does build up from a very, very simple passing routine into a much more complex activity, including a lot of movement and combination. So thanks very much, Ian, for your time, and thank you, coaches, for joining us on this edition of Give and Go Live. And please enjoy the final session with us on the next edition of Give and Go Live.